Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah, and recently I started playing the new Battle Royale mode for Fortnite. Well, because it was free to play, and it's good knowing that I don't have to have a Founders Pack in order to play it. So I tried it, and honestly, at the moment, I'm not really all that impressed. I mean, I did kind of expect more from a genre called Battle Royale. And so there's one thing that, well, there's one question that I have been thinking about, and I figured I might as well bring it up as well as highlight some of the points as to what I mean and how it would work. So the question is, could there be a Battle Royale game yet to be made that is like the movie? Now, what do I mean by like the movie? Well, back in 2001, there was a Japanese movie released called Battle Royale. I once actually showed the DVD for it on this channel. So, basically the plot of this film was, it was set in like a dystopian in the future for Japan, where in order to tackle the rising levels of juvenile delinquency, the government had put in place this thing called the Battle Royale program. Basically what it was one class from one school in the country would be picked at random. And whatever class from whatever school it is, they would then be sent off to an island where they have one rule that they need to follow. Kill everyone else in your class and you get to go home alive. And in the film this actually worked. It's helped to lower juvenile delinquency, mostly because it would have gotten rid of all of the bad elements in a class. Now, I bet you're wondering from this basic synopsis of the film, how the hell could this be applied to video games? Well, the idea that I have for this hypothetical Battle Royale game is actually based on a few things that they did in the movie. First, after the students arrived, and they were given a briefing, which gave the basic rundown for Battle Royale, which was, well, what I just told you. You kill everyone else in your class and you get to go home alive. However, after this briefing, they were given a duffel bag, and inside this duffel bag was 3 days worth of supplies and a map and a random weapon. Oh, and also, I think there was also a communication device in there, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I watched the movie. I still love the movie though. But anyway, so that's one thing that I would like to see attempted to be done in future games of this new Battle Royale genre. Give every player a random starting weapon. Because one of the problems that I had with Fortnite's Battle Royale mode was it is kind of easy for players to get new weapons. I mean in the game you start off with a pickaxe, and you have to pick up all your weapons as you go along. However, if players know the map layout, then it is actually a lot more and it is actually easier for them to make it so that they land where the weapon is, so they can pick it up and then they'll have an instant advantage. Heck, I'm actually a little guilty of it as well. But in case you're wondering, oh, if that's the case, then how the hell are you supposed to get weapons? In the film, whenever someone killed another person, they were actually allowed to take their weapons. In fact, you had one guy who went about killing everyone he could, and he stole their weapons. And he started off with a paper fan. So you could tell this guy was pretty hardcore. Second thing that I want to say, or the second thing that I want to bring up is the method of the players actually entering the game. In Fortnite, you have this floating school bus called the Battle Bus, and you skydive out of it to get into the map. In Battle Royale, however, all the students were gathered up inside a bunker. After the briefing, they would each have their name called out. When their name was called out, they'd be given their duffel bag, and then they'd run out of the bunker. This would actually be a pretty interesting way of starting off a Battle Royale game. Because the idea is, it gives people time to not only plan out what they're going to do, but also it allows them an opportunity to get their bearings. Whereas with the skydiving mechanic in Fortnite's Battle Royale, it is pretty easy for groups of players to land in the same area, and then less experienced players can easily be taken out by more experienced players who are able to get their bearings a lot quicker. So if you have it with the whole run out one at a time, sure, it might take a while to actually get the game started, but it will actually help less experienced players to get their bearings, which should make the game a lot fairer for everyone. Despite the fact that there is the possibility that you could start off with a paper fan, as I said. But don't let that stop you. Anyway, the third and final point that I want to make is give the player an extra motivation for winning. In the film, all of the students who participated in the Battle Royale had these collars placed around their necks. In these collars were bombs. The idea was, if you were in a danger zone, or if you were unable to kill everyone else, then this bomb would go off and you would die. Well, I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens if you don't kill everyone in Fortnite's Battle Royale, but what I do know is that just isn't really that same it's you or me mentality as there is. If you gave people the sort of suspense that the collar bombs in the film did, then that would encourage people to put more effort into trying to win, in trying to find everyone else and kill them before the timer runs out. That would make things very interesting. And I mean, heck, even in Battle Royale, even in the Battle Royale movies, you actually had groups of students that would team up together to attempt to kill everyone else, and then the idea would be they would then turn on each other. So that way they take out all of the more dangerous people together as a group, and then they turn on each other to make sure at least one of them got out safely. However, this didn't always work, but it was still a good strategy nonetheless. So, and I was very excited by the whole rising of this new Battle Royale genre, especially since, as I said, I'm a massive fan of the movie Battle Royale. I mean, and now that we have this genre in place, I would actually be very interested in seeing a game based on the movie and novel. And I feel there could actually be something very good. There could actually be something done very well in this, enough to rival the current title holder for the Battle Royale genre, which is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And especially since the only real competition that Battle Royale has anyway at the moment is Hunger Games, which is actually considered an American rip-off of Battle Royale, and it's not exactly hard to see why. It might be a good idea to try and bring back Battle Royale for a new audience. The gamers that would probably have never had an opportunity to experience it in the first place, and maybe if they find themselves interested by this whole Battle Royale game, then they might go out and actually try to find the movie, which could lead to good things. But anyway, that's just an idea. That's just an idea that I have. I don't know if any game developers would be interested in trying to do it. But if they are, that would be pretty. But if they are, then allow me to just list a few things that I would like to see in a official Battle Royale game. 1. Character customization. Be able to customize your own student, and maybe by picking what school they went to, that sort of thing, and then matchmake them with people that are supposed to be from the same school. Various different maps, because 2 maps, because there are actually 2 islands in the Battle Royale films, even though the second one is supposed to be the island stronghold of a terrorist organization that was founded by the main character of the first film. It would still be cool to be able to experience. It would still be cool to explore that island. And third, possibly have some sort of reference to the characters from the movies, because usually when games add in Easter eggs to the movies to any movies that they're linked to, it's usually a pretty cool thing. So it would be nice to have, I don't know, say if you win a game, then you get the opportunity to join this terrorist faction and fight back against the adults. That would be cool. Or for returning player, or for characters who are after you've won on at least one game, it says every time that you're a returning player. But anyway, if you liked what you saw, then please be sure to leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And this has been the Zombie Messiah returning to the crypt, and I will see you guys